For Mall of the Emirates, I was the go-to guy. When we were about to start construction, we flew over Barsha in a helicopter, and it was desert.
I started building the house probably first quarter 2003. So for the first 7 or 8 years that I lived here, we would be driving across sand to get here. And of course, every time you come home, or every time you were to leave home, you create a dust swirl behind you.
I worked as a taxi driver for 16 years. Before Mall of the Emirates, there was nothing in this area, only sands and dunes. And I remember people doing sandboarding on the dunes.
Before, outside on Carrefour is more on desert, rock roads, and less the building outside.
This was where Dubai ended and the bit that would eventually lead you to Abu Dhabi started.
Everybody in Majid Al Futtaim thought, if Mr. Majid has got an idea to create a snow dome, we can do it. And the main objective was to construct them all in 23 months. At its peak, there would have been 10,000 construction workers.
At the time, they were building Mall of the Emirates. There was a shell that you could see, the ski slope. You could almost see the outline of what would eventually be the ski slope. And then 2005 happened, Mall of the Emirates opened up, and it transformed everything.
When Mall of the Emirates come to this area, it was a fast development. A lot of businesses come to the area. Hotels, street shops, commercial areas, schools.
The reaction of everybody in Dubai, the region and worldwide was that Majid Al Futtaim could not create snow in the desert.
What a ski slope. I mean, there was no way in the world that was going to happen.
But they say, oh, that's a crazy place where people can ski in the desert.
I was so excited about it because snow in the desert, it's impossible.
Tara now, our 18-year-old, Tara learned how to ski in Ski Dubai. She loves it, absolutely loves it.
Very proud of her. Carl encouraged her a lot because he could do it. And then she was quite tiny back then, fragile little thing. So yeah, I was quite chuffed actually, a lump in my throat, actually.
Here we are 10 years later, or more than 10 years later, and it's an entire ecosystem. My father had a stroke, debilitating stroke, in 2001. For me, Mall of the Emirates was a godsend because Dad wanted and needed to get out of the house. He needed to have interaction, to see people. And every weekend, come hell or high water, Friday morning, Saturday morning, I'd start my day, I'd run to my dad's house, put him in the car, bring him to Mall of the Emirates.
It's been a significant part of our lives. It's the place to go if you need anything, or if you want to go to the cinema or anything, it's Mall of the Emirates. Mall of the Emirates is the best popcorn, in my opinion.
The thing I like best to do in my life is skiing. One day I would love to ski for the UAE Winter Olympics.
When I was talking to my son a year or so ago, he said, well, Dad, you should be proud. You've actually helped create Mall of the Emirates. For sure, it's been the highlight of career.
It's the anchor for anything and everything I do on a regular basis. I think if it weren't there, I'd have to rethink a lot of what I do.